Okay, so this is our last lesson for this unit on energy transformations. We're still looking at fossil fuels. So 8.4, this is called the other side of the coin. All right, so we know we need fossil fuels. We're using them for energy. We need them to keep us warm, keep our homes and our streets lighted, and to run our industries. And Alberta's good supply of fossil fuels has a direct impact on the economy of the province. But fossil fuels are non-renewable, meaning they're only usable once and they're not going to form again in nature in the foreseeable future. As global population and demand increases, more and more people compete for less and less oil, gas, and coal. Here on this diagram, fossil fuels, they take millions of years to accumulate, but they get burned in minutes by internal combustion engines. As they combust, they're creating other problems. So here we can see a lot of air pollution and smog in this picture of Vancouver. Oil spills are another problem. Fossil fuels can cause problems when they're being transported. Oil tankers, they can leak and they can spill millions of liters of crude oil into the ocean. Pipelines can rupture, or a gas well can shower poisonous gas into the air. So here we're looking at this bird. So oil spills can endanger the lives of marine life. So, for example, fish, mammals, and birds. If they swallow the oil, it will poison them. If the oil covers their feathers or fur, it destroys their natural insulation and waterproofing. So the animals will drown or freeze. This African penguin is covered with oil from a spill off the coast of South Africa, and some species of penguin are approaching extinction because of this cause alone, these oil spills. More reasons to reduce fuel consumption. Coal, natural gas, and gasoline often contain sulfur. The air contains 70% nitrogen. So when these fossil fuels burn, sulfur from the fuel and nitrogen in the air combine with oxygen. Sulfur oxides and nitrogen oxides are released into the atmosphere. These oxides then react with water vapor in the atmosphere to produce acid precipitation or acid deposition. Acid deposition, as you recall, includes rain, snow, and fog that contains sulfuric or nitric acid, and it also includes acid-bearing particles that settle down to Earth. So acid deposition, it raises the natural acidity in lakes and streams, and when the acid levels get too high, fish cannot reproduce. So some lakes in northern Canada were once considered dead because acid deposition had killed the plants, the algae, and the fish that lived in them. Since the emissions from nearby industries have been cleaned with scrubbers, the lakes have begun to recover. Greenhouse gases. So we've talked about the natural greenhouse gases, and we've talked about how the natural greenhouse effect is good because it traps thermal energy and makes Earth warm enough for living things. But the burning of fossil fuels has resulted in an increase in greenhouse gases, which is trapping more heat inside of Earth's atmosphere. All right, so the burning of fossil fuels has resulted in an increase in greenhouse gases, which are trapping more heat inside of Earth's atmosphere, and it's causing changes to the climate. Some places are getting much warmer, and other places are getting cooler. And this phenomenon is called global climate change. In this diagram here, we're looking at the combustion of gasoline and diesel fuel releases unburned fuel, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxides, soot, and carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. It can result in smog, which is a combination of air pollution, smoke, and fog. And breathing air in like this can be very bad for our health. Aboriginal groups in northern Canada say that climate is changing. They have reported that winters are getting warmer and that permafrost is melting. The increasing temperatures and decreasing precipitation may lead to new deserts. The Earth's ice caps and glaciers are melting faster today than they were a few decades ago, and this can raise ocean levels and flood low-lying areas. Okay, there's a couple of videos here for you to watch. Both of them are National Geographic on climate change, causes and effects. And then there's the Check Your Understanding for 8.4, as well as the Chapter 8 review questions. There is also a Think and Link investigation on page 148 for you to try as well.